Sky. I'm your host, Sky. Talking about Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams, legend. Legend. Okay? Icon. Icon in the game of media. Print, radio, television. I think film work as well. Her life story was on film. I think it was on Lifetime. She has a documentary and a dramatic film about her life. Wendy Williams is a force to be reckoned with. She's still alive. She's still kicking. They said she had dementia. That's been reversed. God to praise. I'm an atheist, so they say that hallelujah, thank you Jesus, in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, and all that stuff. But I say just biology, just the fact that her cells didn't disintegrate or deteriorate to the point of where she had it, because she got re-diagnosed as not having it. She had aphasia though. Aphasia is a condition, I think, that affects your the muscles or the movements in your face. I can't remember. I can look it up real quick though. Let me see. I'll see exactly what it is. Aphasia. It's inability to understand or produce speech, or it affects your muscles in your mouth as a result of brain disease or damage. So that's what they thought she had had at one point. But she it's not even all that. It's the reason why she was able to do that is because she had a conservatorship, she had a guardianship placed on her. I think by her ex-husband, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken, but she had a guardianship in 2022. And the whole story, the whole big news is that she may be off of the conservatorship by the end of this year, says her lawyer, Mr. Joseph Takapina. Now that is a lawyer right there. He gets his money. He knows how to get his money. He gets his money's worth out of his clients because he fights. He the way he handled the the ASAP Rocky case, the way he handled it was like amazing. It was just like he's like, and so what did you think of that? Why would you do that? Why would you come here with that? Well, I don't understand. Could you break that down to me? Like, he has such a charisma. He has the Riz. He has what the kids call the Riz. He has that about him. And a lot of this, I guess you can say. I'm not going to say the numbers. I'm not going to say the numbers, but you know what this means. But yeah. So he, it just is amazing. It's crazy. It's wild. 25. Wow. Maybe I should do that more often. But it's amazing. It's amazing that he is able to get the best out of his clients. He's got to be a multimillionaire by now. He represented Trump. He represented anybody in between. Like I said, he got ASAP Rocky off. Somehow he beat them charges like Rocky. So that was amazing. So that's just great. But Wendy Williams off of conservatorship by the end of 2025. That will be amazing. That would be so great. That would be good for her. She's such a a need in this hip hop sphere. It's needed. Her presence is wanted. It's needed and wanted at the same time. It's desired because she's such a whirlwind kind of woman. She'll get to the nuts and bolts. Are you gay? Are you that's the whole thing. Are you pregnant? Are you like? She'll just come out and say it real quick and not even like think about it after a while. All right, here we go. I see. Hold on. Slow it down. Everybody, slow it down right now. Slow everything down. Everything slows down. Hold on. What the hell? Everything slows down right now because we got people in the room I did not see because I thought I was gonna hold up the phone, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't represent for these people that hold me up, that hold me down, hold me up and hold me down. Pause. Ayo, no Diddy. Visit Dot Focus on his YouTube channel and subscribe. Like and comment. If you enjoy Call of Duty and other first-person shooters, you will not be disappointed. Tell him that Silly Sky sent you. That's for you, Dot Focus. I salute you, sir. Salute to you. What do we got? I gotta lean in all the time because my eyes are crazy. Lil2882. Nope, not saying it. Nope, not saying it. Metaphor war. Nope, not saying it. Hit that like button there. Honey Skylar is on. Brooklyn. Brooklyn in the house. Oh, here we go. Salute to him for being this late. It's kind of late in the hour for him. Hold on. It's late. It's late in the day. Here we go with a troll. Panda Punch Gaming YT. Trolling heavy. But beyond that, we got ladies and gentlemen, Sir Skylar Saunders Seas is talking about arguably the sexiest black woman in the whole world. Fact. We talking Wendy Williams. She's known for her eyes. She's known for her attitude. Exactly. She has those big eyes. Yes, those big eyes. Yes. And other things are big too, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What I'm saying? But we're not gonna get into all that. 7 people in the room. It was 25. It was 25 at one time. Rick James. We're having a party. Today's a party. He said, "Bro, what? I'm not your bro, first and foremost." And then you just watch the pistol smoke. Just sit back and watch the pistol smoke. I've had a Wendy Williams wet. He said he had a Wendy Williams wet dream once or twice. Fact. That's Rick James. Joe Tacopino is the GOAT. Yes, Joey Tacopino is that guy. He is that guy. He is the new oh god damn, no, don't do this to me. Oh my gosh, what's his name? What's his name? What's the guy he represented OJ? What's his name? Oh my god, what's his name? He's the GOAT. He was the GOAT. He got OJ off a double murder in the state of California. Oh man, the light keeps going out. Gotta be careful. What's his name? Johnny Cochran. Panda Punch Gaming YT. Send me those numbers you want. Send me those in a Cash App, and I'll say the numbers. My Cash App is $SkylerSaunders1. My PayPal is Skylar Saunders SkylerSaunders. Got me messing up my own name. Goddamn. And my what's it called? Venmo is at Skylerized, SkyleRized. Then don't ask for you don't tell me to say something on my own show. Like, this isn't my show. This is my show. You have your own show, and you can say those numbers all you want. Gonna come to my show and say, "Oh yeah, say this, say that, say this, say this." It's not happening here, bro, man. It's not happening. It's not happening. Anyway, so Wendy Williams, she looks like she's much with it. She looks like she's back into the land of the living. For a moment there, people were like counting her out. Oh boy, here we go, and again, here we go. Let me do this. This has to be done. Subscribe to Z Therapy Holly Correnti on YouTube for all your Zumba needs. Move and groove to the rhythms and tell friends and family members to join in too. Tell her Silly Sky sent you. So she's in the building right now. The lady of the house, Holly Correnti. I'm making dinner, but I'm going to listen. That's all right. What are you making, Holly? Are you making some gabagool? Was that racist? I'm sorry. That might have been racist. That was probably racist. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm stupid. Are you making some ziti? Are you making some pasta vaio? I'm messing with you, Holly. I'm messing with you. Chicken and rice. Okay, so you're going Hispanic. Arroz con pollo. It's a beautiful place costing over $18,000 a month. Oh, wait a minute. Wendy Williams is not suffering. She is in a 5-star facility in New York City, Coterie Hudson Yards. Wow. Oh, thanks for the information. I just was just talking about her her conservatorship. It's a beautiful place costing over $18K a month. Wow. Gefilte fish. Yeah. Then leave, Panda Punch. Nobody's holding you ransom here. You can leave. I was up to 25 people. You don't have to be here. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. Gonna say, if you don't say ... I'ma leave. Then leave, nigga. I don't care. I got the lady at the house in the building right now. I like the vid. And subscribe too. If you haven't subscribed already. Yeah, Brooklyn's like 666. I say 666 all day. 666. Mark of the beast. That's my birthday. My birthday comes out 666. If you do the math, it comes out 666. JK, bye. Okay, great. See ya. Didn't need you. That's gonna be my new statement. See ya. Didn't need you. But yeah, so Holly's cooking right now. She's listening to me. I appreciate her. Appreciate what she's doing. LOL, my son is asking about your subs. Yeah, well, just tell him that we have some goofies, we have some genuine people, we have some good people, we have some oddballs, we have some weirdos, and we get the whole gamut. Just tell him that. That's Noah, right? Salute to you, Noah. Keep being a good son for your mama. She's a great woman. Keep being a good son. And mind your manners and eat your vegetables and eat your cake too, because it's like, eat your vegetables. If you eat your vegetables, you should be able to eat cake too. So that's just from me. Maybe your mama will say something different, but this is from me. He wants to know how many. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, last time I checked, it was 1,043. 1,043. That's how many subscribers I have. Why do you wear this outfit every day? Why do you not wear your outfit every day? I got my... I'll break this down to you, Brooklyn. I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you like this. I was inspired by various characters like Pee Wee Herman. This is like my Pee Wee Herman garb. But I made it specialized for me because this represents what my city is. My city is Newark, Delaware. That's the colors of Newark, black and gold. So I just made my own. I made my own hat, and it kind of fit with that the blackface theme. The what is it? The coon in something? The chicken coon in, the coon chicken in. And if you see the movie Bamboozled, I kind of looks like that. I like that. So I was inspired by that. Is that answer your question? You owe me like $50 for telling me that. You're not even in here. No, I will not wear a bow tie. The only time I wear a bow tie is when I wear a tuxedo. Holly's like, nice. It's a great outfit. Thank you. Thank you, Holly. Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, Pee Wee Herman. The Blues Brothers. Yeah, that was another inspiration. Men in Black is another inspiration. Panda, I thought you were out of here. What's going on? Thank you, Holly. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Holly. She said, I love the look. Who's this? Michael loves say. Okay, that was cute. No, I'm not going to say that. You almost got me. Almost got me. IDK. Okay, I guess you don't know. But Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams. That's the topic of discussion right now. Wendy Williams. She is currently in the process of getting out of her guardianship. That is sincere stuff because Wells Fargo, the embattered, should I say embattered? I think it's embattered. Or beleaguered. I think it's beleaguered. That's a better word. Beleaguered financial institution was like, hey, well, what's going on with Wendy Williams? She's over here. She's not. I don't think she was paying something or something happened. Something crazy, wild happened, and they're like, I don't know. She might need somebody to handle her funds. I don't know. It looks kind of crazy. Holly says, I love Wendy Williams. Green, Rick James says, I love Wendy Williams, but I won't cry over her. Yeah, same thing with me. I can't cry over her. I might cry over a woman. You know, I can't cry over a man. I won't cry over a man. The only man I'll cry over is someone that's happened to my father. That's about it. Wendy. Yeah. That guardianship is nonsense. Exactly. That's what I was saying the whole time. I was like, she's out doing interviews. What do you do? What does she need a guardianship for? She's a black woman. You meant to say woman in America. Made some mistakes, has a disability, but will always be remembered for her eyes and other biological assets, as I could say. I'm trying to do this very, gentlemanly. She has some other assets, if you get what I'm saying, that she'll be remembered for. And she's not. It's like she's gone. She'll always be, here as long as she can be. Brooklyn says something is off with her. I don't see it. I don't see how something's off. I think she's always on. She does a lot of research. She does a lot of planning. A lot of that goes into her work with her various roles as a media personality, as a host, as a hostess, or a talk show, a popular talk show. It was wildly entertaining, and she made good money off of that. While it was running. Wiz says she paid for those other assets. Let's not forget, yeah. Well, if you pay for them, they're yours, right? Just like when people say hair, that ain't your hair. Yes, it is. I bought it for $400 or whatever the case might be, $500 or $1,000. Something, people like Nicki Minaj has, she gets like, and Cardi B, they get like $1,000, $5,000 weaves, I think they've drugged her. Did they drug her in the past, or are you talking about recently, Holly? That's what Dolly Parton says. I bought them their mind. Exactly. Good point. See, I didn't have to say it. Holly said it. Salute to Holly. She spent $1 million over a weekend, and that's how Wells Fargo got involved. They thought it was a fraud. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. I didn't research that. I just researched the conservatorship and her current lawyers and what she's going to do for the future. That's all I did research on. I have a story on vocal.media. You can go and peruse that. It's just type in Skylar Saunders, go to vocal.media, vocal.media, and type in Skylar Saunders, Wendy Williams. It should be at the top. It should be at the top of the page when you first click onto it. I'm at one of the top stories. But yeah. Oh, she ongoing. Okay, Holly's saying it's an ongoing thing. I think they continue to drug her. Yeah, hey, I have no proof. I cannot confirm nor deny if she's been drugged or not, but it's a possibility. It's not impossible. Panda Punch Gaming YT. I'm gonna just call you Panda. PPGYT. PPGYT said hi. Keeps going in and out, I guess. I don't know. So, there's that. Wendy Williams. I always, before I even knew who Mr. Choice Terrain was, I knew who Wendy Williams was. I knew that she was on the radio. I knew she was like the queen of gossip, they called her. She's the queen of gossip. She's the queen of, getting the dirt on people. She knows the guys that are on the down low. She knows women that are sneaking off behind their men. She knows everything. She knew everything about everything in the music and television and film industries. All the entertainment, gossip news, you went to Wendy Williams. She had a huge listenership. She had millions of people in her radio days. And she had millions of people watching her show on TV. So she's all right. She's good financially. See, that was the question, though. It was like, I'm glad that you talked about Wells Fargo saying that she spent $1 million on a weekend, because that does send up flags, because that would seem like, oh wait, is somebody fraudulently claiming these gifts or these or somebody purchasing these items? What's going on? So that was probably one of the best parts of what Wells Fargo did. They had their own issues about fraud and stuff like that, and they had to pay some kind of hundreds of millions of dollars or something like that. And I think they're struggling to come back. I think they're really struggling. The Wells Fargo Center isn't there anymore. It's Comcast Xfinity. It's the Xfinity Center. I think it has something to do with the fact that Wells Fargo had such a terrible thing that happened like 15 years ago, didn't it? Something like that. Let me find out. Hold on. Let me look up that. Let me look up Wells Fargo. I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. They had some kind of issue. I can't remember exactly what it had to do. Something with fraud though. It's headquartered in New York. Let me see. It's a lot. And insider trading case, racketeering, discrimination against female workers. Good Lord. This is bad. They had a lot of things against them. But they covered for Miss Williams. They covered for her though. In and out is crazy. Okay. Like what you're drinking now. Honey Scholar says goodnight. Brooklyn's wildin'. But no, this is like the Christmas miracle. This is the Christmas miracle for all time for Wendy Williams and Joey Tacopina. That man he's got good money. That man has good money. He has at least, I don't know how much money he has, but he has at least. That's all I'm gonna say. He has at least ... Something. He's good because he does cases. He does cases after cases. Like it's no kidding with him. It's no joking. Honey, Skylar has a crush on Wendy. I don't have a crush on Wendy. I never had a crush on Wendy, but she's good. She's good money though. She's good people. I like her aggressive stance. I like her style. And she also with Mr. Choice Star Terrain, she used to promote his in his early days. Like this is like back in the mid '90s. Not before he was on radio. She would promote his Around the Way Connections magazine. I thought that was awesome. Me too. I love how aggressive. Yeah, she gets to the bottom. She's very, I don't. Maybe I say assertive, aggressive. Maybe too much. She's assertive. She's very assertive in trying to get to the bottom. Oh hell, maybe she is aggressive. I don't know. What to lose that ex-husband? Yeah, that her ex like really messed up a lot of her. Not just her funds, but just her whole life, her whole lifestyle, her whole, her spiritual life, her sense of being. Kind of like just took on a different kind of role. And I hope she finds somebody that's stable with, that can be like a strong presence in her life that knows how to get that money, that can make his own money, that make sure she handles her money, make sure she handles her business. Make sure that he sees himself not as an equal to her, but better than her in certain circumstances, because it has to be like that in certain circumstances. Just to keep the female, let her know that the man can take care of himself, and be assertive in that regard. But yes, so I do agree with you, Holly. That the ex-husband was a simp, I think. I mean, they were trying to convince us that she has dementia. Yeah, they totally reversed it. They reversed everything except the effect. I I don't know what they said about the aphasia, but they reversed They reversed the dementia. But she is a known celebrity. Known. She had a troubled she had a troubled childhood in a lot of regards. She went to Northeastern in Boston. She was a television anchor for a time. Says she was DR'd. Look up DR in college. She was on Hot 97 for a time. The Wendy Williams show was very big. It was heavy. Heavy. Yeah, I just looking up in the Wicca. She fainted on live TV. If anybody remembers that, because her broadcast was live. She fainted. She had from dehydration. She had Graves' disease, which caused hyperthyroidism. Diagnosed with nearly 2 decades prior. She's she wears wigs. Probably cost $5,000. Because the thyroid condition thins her natural hair. She fractured her shoulder in December 2018. Here we go. This is nuts and bolts. She had entered a wellness facility to treat her health issues. She was diagnosed with aphasia and This is the one I want to get to. Frontotemporal dementia. That's the front side of your brain. It's your brain area right here, right on your skull. And so that was reversed. That took over. That wasn't what she had anymore. Kevin Hunter, that's his name. Kevin Hunter was the bastard that she was married to for a while. He filed a lawsuit on behalf of Williams against the judge and her legal guardian in her case on June 18th, accusing them of abuse, neglect, and fraud in handling Williams' guardianship. But he was probably just trying to get it for himself, which is not selfish, but irrational. Yes, exactly. I see you, Holly. I see you. Holly says, I mean, they were trying to convince her that yeah, okay, I said that. If it was real, that wouldn't be possible. True. Front lobe dementia. She wouldn't be doing interviews if that was the case. Yeah, Graves' disease, where her eyes look all like that, while they popping out of her skull. She has her demons. Yeah, that's what Rick James says. Wiz says her son ran up thousands on DoorDash. Said to say with her debit card. Salute to my man Malik, the king. Malik the king. My B Exchange 6330, also known as Malik. Brooklyn 10952. We all have demons. She had a cocaine addiction. Yes, she did. She was addicted to cocaine. Like many people, like other people have been. It's God's drug. It's the great white God. You pray to the powder. That's what happens. Oh yeah, Rick James. He said, like yours truly. He knows that life. He knows what it's all about. Still fighting it to this day. Yeah. Hey, Scholar, channel growing, super growing, sir. But you better tell somebody. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. This is a testimony. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I said the bank account just caught the Holy Ghost. I said the bank account just caught the Holy Ghost. Yeah, man. So I just wanted to say that about Wendy Williams. I want to get on to a new topic. starting, in the second half of the show, I want to talk about the key word of the night. Key word of the night is noble or Nobel. See, there's a prizes called the Ig Nobel award. Prizes. They are like sarcastic, ways of representing what the Nobel prizes are. They're like totally, funny, weird, goofy things that'll make you laugh and then make you think. That's what their whole modus operandi is. So Nobel and not Noel, yeah, Nobel, yeah. So Noble, Noble, and Nobel. So it's like slash. So yeah, so they had the Nobel Prizes today, the actual Nobel Prizes, not the Ig Nobel Prize. They had those in September. And there's one person on this planet that has an Ig Nobel and a Nobel Prize that they earned. Because they don't say winners, they don't say Nobel Prize winners. They say laureates and awards, the award show or the award ceremony. Or conferred. They conferred the various prizes to the people. So I just say, what have you done today that makes you feel proud, that makes you feel noble? What have you done in your life that makes you feel noble, that makes you feel that you did something that's great? Because it was something wonderful that happened today. It'll bring a tear to your eye, some of you. Not trying to make you cry, but it's serious. The woman, Machado, excuse me. Machado, let me make sure I get her name right. Let me see. Maria Carino Machado. She had her daughter accept her prize on behalf of her because she's currently in hiding for going against the government of Venezuela. And Venezuela is a very interesting case. It's a very interesting case. Very, disturbing, kind of understanding. I remember in the mid 2000 teens, there were reports of them letting out animals from zoos to get, because of the inflation, they were letting animals out of zoos so they could eat the meat of the various animals. That's how bad it was. The toothpaste was like $2 trillion. I mean, not sarcastic. I mean, extreme and exaggerating. But I'm technically not exaggerating. Like toilet paper was like $250 if you just wanted to buy like a pack of toilet paper. Like in our money, it'd be like $250. In their money, it's like 500 trillion or something like that. Something crazy. Yeah, see, Holly says, I remember this story. Yeah. So she got up. I don't know how old she is. I'm being very safe. I'm on the safe side. She looked kind of young. She looked like she was like in her teenage years. So I'm not, trying to, saying like she was an adult or anything, but it was amazing the way she carried herself with such poise and such, gravitas, and just, she delivered the speech so well, so well spoken, so clear. And I just thought that was amazing just to see that, because her mother, I don't know if she knows where her mother is right now. And it would be very risky if she were to travel and to go to Norway, which is usually a neutral country. I don't think they fought a war since like the 1100s, if that's possible. Norway is always neutral. I think they were neutral in all the wars of the 20th century. They don't get into wars like that. They're not like America. America, she just, she gets in a lot of squabbles. She squabbles a lot, but she's the beautiful one. America is the beautiful, but she just gets into a lot of trouble. She gets in a lot of fights for good reason, like Japan attacking, America during World War II, and then not for good reasons like Vietnam and Korea and the Iraq War and Afghanistan, and just awful. But anyway, they have prizes for peace. There have been years where there haven't been prizes for peace. I think those were in like the 30s and 40s, because those were the wartime years in Europe. Holly says they've got thousands and thousands of times the inflation. Yeah, it's crazy. And Machado. Excuse me. I keep saying Machado. I'm feminizing her name. She's a woman, but Machado. Um, she is a staunch um adversary to Maduro, who is the current president of Venezuela, and she's just vehement about the idea of anybody blaming um President Trump. I'm not saying he's the great. I'm saying he's one of the worst presidents ever. But she's not even saying that it's Trump's fault that those boats are getting blown out of the water, full of, some of them maybe fishermen, some of them maybe druggists. But for the most part, even if they were druggists, it wouldn't even make a difference. But she's blaming Maduro. She's not blaming Trump. She's blaming Maduro for it, and I would blame Maduro too. I blame Trump, but I blame Maduro as well. I blame them both. They're both ugly, bad actors. So that's the whole understanding I have so far. But at the award ceremony, and they had the other award ceremony in Sweden, and it's like it's just amazing how we can have these awards, and the irony of all of it is the man who created the awards was named as one of the people that were I think I said this story before, but he woke up one morning, opened the newspaper, and it said Merchant of Death, uh Alfred Nobel dies today, or something like that. It said something along those lines. He was like, "What? What the hell?" It was his brother. They thought it was him. They misprinted. And he was like, "Oh no, this can't stand. I can't be remembered." He was the inventor of dynamite. He invented dynamite in the mid uh 19th century. And it was known that dynamite could be used to take out sides of mountains to get the iron and steel, and for different building projects and stuff like that. And so people thought that, okay, this is for construction, but for the most part, dynamite was used to kill people. It was used in war. It was used to blow up people. And that he was considered a merchant of death. He was considered a merchant of death. He's like, "Oh, I can't do this. I can't be forever remembered." Like, that's the thing. He's like thinking for eternity he's gonna be remembered for killing people. So he was like, "You know what? I'm gonna make my own set of prizes: medicine, physics, chemistry, peace, literature." And then later on came economics, but that was like a memorial prize that came out in like the 60s, I think, something like that. Holly's asking, is she the one who dedicated her prize to Trump? I don't know. I do not know if she dedicated her prize to Trump. I don't know about that. I do not know about that. I didn't know that story about Nobel. Yeah, see, I'm teaching people. Holly always teaches me. I'm like, if my score was with Holly's, my score would be like 2. Hers would be like 200 to weigh how many stories she has against that she told me, and I understood, and I learned from. So I appreciate that, Holly. Thank you for allowing me to teach you something, because I rarely, if ever, teach you anything. You always teach me something on my show. That's why I love my show. My viewers are very intelligent people. If you haven't noticed yet, they're very intelligent. They're college graduates, Berkeley, among other places, So but so Noble and Nobel, they're so close to each other. That's why they have the Ig Nobel. Ignoble, ignorant, not noble, against nobility, against something that's valiant, or courageous or strong, something along those lines of noble. But They have fun with it. They have fun. They have, there's a little girl. Usually, they didn't have a little girl the last time in September, but she goes, "I'm bored." When they're saying that their speeches, if they were going on too long, she said, "I'm bored. Please stop." And they have weird stuff. They have like the effect of dung beetles, in for the past 60 years, and if it contributes to global warming. So I'm just making that up, but I'm just saying like those are the kind of prizes that the people, with the studies that they have. They're real scientists, they're real, people, but they just have really, arcane and esoteric and weird and strange kind of studies that they do. But that's the Ig Nobel. But Nobel is like very serious, very very strong. You have to wear black tuxedo with the white tie, with the white tails. With what is it? Is it tails? It's like it's like a black tuxedo with tails and a white tie. You have to wear the white tie with the white shirt. It's gotta be. It's like super. It's everything is elegant. It's a weird thing too because it's like kings and queens. We're weird because we love kings and queens, but we're against kings and queens. It's the strangest, weirdest situation we have in America. We have a strange, we have to go to our psychiatrist. America has to go to her psychiatrist and figure out what she wants out of kings and queens. She doesn't want kings and queens for her own country, but she loves other countries' kings and queens. England, Norway, Sweden, all those kings and queens in Europe. Oh my God! And then like the black people. Oh, we're kings and queens. We come from kings and queens. We're from Africa. That's why we wear all this gold. That's why we rock all this gold. So that is the reality of it all. That is the truth. That is the exactness. Is it exactness or exactitude? I don't know. It's exact. Let's put it as that. So I think that being noble and having a Nobel, I mean, that's the thing too with Nobel Prizes. It's a very weird thing, and this is why I am against DEI and I'm for representation. If you want something, make your own. Make your own. That's the R. That's representation. I'm looking for it right now. Hold on. Mary Maynard Daly. She was the first African American to receive a PhD from Columbia University and the first African American woman in the United States to earn a PhD in chemistry. Why did she not win a Nobel Prize? Why did she win that? Or not win it? Why wasn't she conferred a Nobel Prize? Percy Julian. He had so many different patents, I believe, even. Percy Julian. He was a research chemist and a pioneer in the chemical synthesis of medicinal drugs from plants. Why didn't he get a chance? There are 0 black Nobel laureates in the sciences. They all have literature. Toni Morrison, Wosoinka among them. Peace. Martin Luther King, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Economics. I can't remember his name. Hold on. I'll look for it. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna look up his name. Here it is, Sir W. Arthur Lewis. He won the award in economy for economics, in 1979 for his pioneering work on development economics and the challenges of poverty in developing nations, particularly his Lewis model. He was the first black person to win a Nobel in the science field, even though it wasn't, technically the original though. Recognized for his research on economic growth and dual sector models. Why didn't Ben Carson earn a Nobel Prize. What's up with that? I don't understand that. He separated twins by their head, their brain matter. And they lived for like a few days. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't live past a few days, or a few weeks, or whatever the case might have been. Yes, facts. Yes, Holly says not even deGrasse. Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He could win a Nobel Prize. He's a genius. One of the smartest people on the planet. He follows the steps of Carl Sagan, Stephen Hawking, and even before that, Einstein. Like these really smart, super like brainy people that I think are really cool. I always thought being a nerd was cool. I was it's in my yearbook. I was in the high school library, and I was in my city's library, the Newark Free Library, all the time. All the time. And I still read. I read books all day. I love reading books. I'm stupid. It takes me a while to get it, but once I got it, I'm good. Yeah, so I believe that's true, Holly. Yes, yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson, he deserves a Nobel Prize for his work, for his research, for his understanding of the cosmos, for astronomy. But that's the thing, though. The reason why he wouldn't be able to get it is because it's not in the field that he's most known for. He would have to switch over to just practical physics. You know, they love quantum mechanics. They love quantum physics. They love all that. He's in the astronomical physics, which I love too because it's really simple. Like the things that are, in space, you know what they call them on the moon, that dusty stuff that kicks up? You know what they call that? They call that moon dust. You know those spots that they're dotted on the sun? You know what they call those? They call those sunspots. That I just love the simplicity of astrophysics. It's very, you would think it's like heavy mathematics and, serious, and it is, but, that's what, it's not all of what it is. My daughter dated Tyson for a short period. Fact, I don't know that. She's, oh, Holly says, oh, but yeah, I didn't. I'm gonna take your word for it, Rick James. I'm gonna take your word for that. I hope you're not off that PCP right now. Yeah, Holly's like, no way. Man, that's funny. Yeah, but I say do your own. The NAACP, it's mainly for black people. Colored people. They're saying they do very few Hispanic, very few yellow, very few brown, very few red. They do a lot of black, very few white. So it's almost like people don't even treat the NAACP awards as real, like, or as as weighty as, say, like the Oscars, for the dramatic arts, for the performative arts. He off that bussy pee. She said it was tedious. He off that. Why the new name? He was very full of himself. You two changed my name. That's weird. So see, Holly, they didn't change her name. That's strange. They changed Wizard's name. It's supposed to just be Wizard. You know what it is though? I think in the vertical feed, I think so. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the brightest light bulb in the box. But I think the vertical feed, it has a set amount of people, and Wizard's name was chosen already, so they had to give him Wiz Kid. I think I could be wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Wiz. And Rick James, like Green Day Junkie. I mean, I think that they just gave a random name to you. I don't know. That's weird, but tell us your secret. He's like, tell us your secret. That's funny. But anyway, Nobel. I thought it was very noble of Machado, her daughter, to stand up, clear eyed, poised, very elegant, very eloquent, and deliver that message of peace, and it got a few claps in certain areas of the speech, because they're, just imagine this time we're in a weird space. We're in a war that really isn't a war anymore. Israel and Hamas, which is kind of still a war. I don't know what. Ukraine and Russia, they're still battling it out. But they said something like that got to me. It's like with Dr. Jerome Brook. He said he was called a libertarian, and he's like, that's like not the worst thing to be called. It's like that's what it is. I'm not a libertarian. I'm an objectivist, but I could be called worse. He was saying. So it's the same thing with democracies. Democracies could be a lot like a horrible, vicious thing. The reason why people latch on to democracy is because it's a feely thing. It's a touchy-feely kind of word that seems like it means, because you say demos-ocracy. Demos are the people, ocracy or a state or a government of the people. So you think, oh, that makes sense. It's America, right? We're by the people, of the people, for the people, by for the people. Was it of the people, for the people, by the people? Shall not perish from the earth. All right, but anyway, no, it's just that's just the reality of it all. That's just the truth. Holly says, I would have a very weak presence for a YouTube employee. LOL. I disagree with you, Holly. I think you would be one of the greatest minds behind the artistic department, and especially music. You that's what YouTube was really geared towards. It was mainly made for people doing homemade tape videos, and sending it off to various record labels and stuff like that. I don't know how many people started their career like that. A lot of people, that's what they use this platform for. So I think Holly would do well. Sky, you're a great mind as well. No, I'm stupid. I really am. It takes me a while. Like, for instance, I wouldn't even have this show if it wasn't for Mr. Choice Star Terrain. I was like, can't. Then he said they want to see your, they want to hear your voice. They want to see your face. For one moment, I had just my voice, and I didn't have the greatness of me. Spirit fingers. But I appreciate that, Wiz. Thank you very much, sir. And continue to send me stories. Don't think I don't read them, and you've seen that I've talked about them. I just couldn't do that one. That I still don't think that drug dealer story is real. I think that was false flagging. I think that was like a false story, a fake story that was drummed up. What's his name? Matthews, that the drug dealer that disappeared. He still disappeared. He's still out there somewhere in the wind, on a beach somewhere playing bongos. But I don't think he murdered anybody. If he didn't steal or kill anyone or anybody, should I say or K, S and K, SKR? If he didn't SKR anybody, then I'm not going to bother, because that's drugs. DR, D, is D. You can't say the D word, so I'll say D. So that's my idea. But anyway, Noble and Nobel. Noble, it was so beautiful to watch her. And I'm not, she could be a minor. I'm not trying to say, she was beautiful and her her physical figure. I'm saying in her mind and the way she presented herself. She looked very young. I don't know what her age is, but she was very poised, very eloquent, very elegant. Very much so. She read her mother's words so well. She addressed dignitaries, kings, queens, princesses. The guy was on. He was on the crutches. He must be like 80 or 90. He doesn't have much left in the tank. He was coming in there with the crutches on his hands. He was like that. And I think he was the king. I think he's one of the princes. I think he was either the king or one of the princes. They had to wait for him to get to the ceremony. Everybody else, the place was packed, on both sides of the room. And they say something is special about the room. The left side is different than the right side for the peace prize, and it's totally different. In Norway is where you receive the peace prize, or the peace prize is conferred upon you, or whatever constituent or whoever is going to receive it on your behalf, like today, like her daughter. But the rest of the prizes are in Sweden, which is weird because it's like, what if you wanted to attend both? You can't. You gotta hop on a plane. You gotta Nobel. It's like, hey, it's what Nobel had. That's what he had in his will. He had it in his will. What was it? It's I think it's medicine, chemistry, physics. Medicine, chemistry, physics, peace, literature. So there's 5. But so those were the original. Then the economics came on that, so it was 6. So they have 5 that are conferred in Sweden, and then they have the 1 conferred in Norway. Go figure. He wanted it like that. That's the way it was in his will. They have the Memorial Prize for economics. It's not. That's a soft science. It's not like a hard science like physics and chemistry and medicine. Medicine is kind of like just makes the goal for science, for hard science. But physics and chemistry definitely are the hard sciences, and the physics is probably the hardest of not. When I say hard and soft science, I mean like you actually have to do physical work almost to explore that specific science. Yeah, so I think that is the reality of that. That is the reality. But Nobel and Nobel, it's like I just think his story is just amazing to me. I just that just really, when I learned about that in high school, I was like, wow, he invented dynamite. Like, that's amazing. And I remember the reason why it's called dynamite, dynamo, or powerful. I don't remember the might part, but I think might meant like I don't. Wait, let me see. I can look it up real quick. It's also TNT. Yeah. Trinitrotoluene. Non-dynamite explosives. In 1866, Nobel invented it. What does the "ite" mean? Dunamis. Used in scientific and technical terms. That's what it means. Forming names of explosives and other commercial products. Dynamite. So there it is. Make sure you do something that is noble. Make sure you do something you're worthy of saying. I don't care if it's something small. You take your child to school. You pick them up. You take them home. You get them a meal. You you write an essay, you buy yourself a new outfit to go to a job interview. Just something noble, just something that boosts your selfishness, boosts your self-esteem, boosts your way of living, and how you can create, build, make, and prosper. Thrive, and always do the right thing. So I like to thank everybody that came in today. And so many people. It was a big rush today, so I don't know how much is going to be the exact total, but it should be pretty high. Thank you for everybody, and I do say this in parting: get a life and love it. Thank you very much. Take care.